Zimwe dai uchigona kuzvibata iwe, zvimwe daisuva natisina kurasatsika, zvimwe dai tichigona kuzvibata iwe, zvimwe daisuva natisina kurasatsika.
Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Egram New Voices Amplified. My name is Plot Marco, and welcome to yet another edition of the New Voices Amplified. And today we're going to be talking to a creative who doesn't need much of an introduction. He's so many things, but most of you know him as a dancer. He's one guy that I've worked with for so long. Blessing Fire, welcome.
Yeah, brother. What's going on?
I'm good, man. How's it?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Great. So welcome to Egram. This is not the first time that we've had an interview. We tried to do one the last time, it didn't work out, but this time around we managed to connect. For people that are watching you now, they want to know who's Blessing Fire, who's Bboy Christyles.
Blessing Fire is the guy you are looking at right now. That's my name, Blessing Fire, also known as Bboy Christyles. I've been a b-boy since I think 2007, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I'm also a photographer. I'm also into a lot of creative arts. I've been around for the past 31 years. I mean, yeah, I think I'm 31 years old now, and
Right.
I'm a single man, not married, living in Harare, Zimbabwe.
So I have to advise all the ladies, he's single, so just DM me and then I'll give you his number. Great. And take us back to the journey, where your creative journey started. Now you're not just a dancer, you're not just a choreographer, but you're also a photographer, a content creator, you're doing so many things. But take us back to Budiriro, where this journey started.
Yeah, so this journey started long back, I think in 2005. For most people that know my background, I was born with a disability and I use a wheelchair. I used to use a wheelchair from a very young age. Then, you know, those that know Budiriro, Glenville, the ghetto where we're from, there's paddocks where they keep cows, and that's where a lot of talent was born there, because my brother used to practice there gymnastics before he was part of the Zim gym, and I used to go there trying to copy what they do. I wanted to be part of the team, but I couldn't do a lot of things. That's where this b-boy came from. After the movie, you got saved. A couple of break dancers, they came to my house. And they call out for my brother, and my brother say, I got a little boy also here. Then I got involved with breakdancing. But because I still had to finish school, my high school, I didn't do much around 2005. Then in 2007, when they did there was Miss Harare Junior. The guys were supposed to perform there. That's when I started meeting up a lot of dancers and a lot of people that were into dancing. And that was actually the time when I started practicing a lot, because I then discovered that I'm actually talented as a break dancer. Though I wanted to be a rapper, because rap for me was more easy, where you just write up stuff and begin to rhyme and everything like that. So I then become more into dancing, starting from 2007. And I remember we started with our crew inmates. Shout out to a lot of folks out there, Adrian, Professor Nasi, family. And yes, and a lot of Rocksteady, Fungichana, John Cole, Basil, Zanda, Z, T-Boy, Sly, Mike, and all of guys that were in the crew. Then I think we really started taking it serious. It was around 2007, the end of year, if I'm not mistaken. They did the Harare Hip Hop Nights. That year, there were 3 competitions that we actually major. There was Undisputed, there was Harare Hip Hop Night, and there was also Jibilika, the festival. And we entered and we got more famous. Jibilika brought Chuck Gnosis, Chuck Aisha. Shout out to Chuck Aisha. Then Chuck Aisha called us to be on the show, Heart of the Rhythm, and we did a little clip. Those days, we didn't understand. Like, for myself, I didn't understand what we were really doing. I was just passionate about dance. But this is when everything really started. from Chaknos starting to play this on national television, a lot of people, they started looking for us because we became famous. But because I didn't really understand like what is this dance that I'm involved with, I started getting involved with a lot of shows, getting calls from people doing a hi-fi, getting calls from different places to come and perform. And in 2010, around 2010, 29, I started dancing with another crew after we qualified to be part of the Zim team. I remember when Jibilika did Battle of the Year, I was the only OG from inmates selected from the whole crew to represent Zimbabwe in Cape Town for the Battle of the Year. That's when things were started to elevate. We represented Zimbabwe with the flip floppers. Shout out to the flip floppers. With Lisadi, with Ben, he was still a dancer. With two of the OGs, the B-boys from Bulawayo, there was Mitch and Fari. Then we went to represent Zimbabwe in Cape Town, and I also made my name out there. I started meeting out B-boys from Cape Town and different people. Then from that time, I met another guy called Josh again, and we started teaching classes, and I started dancing also. And we were part of the of one of the crews also that was leading in this country. I mean, we've been winning from day one. All the crew that I was rolling with, they were winning. So we formed a crew called Zina, and we started making things happening again. I then took an award at the Reps Theatre after we did a dance production. It was not a dance production, it was more of drama and musical, what they do at Reps. Joseph, at the Technical Color Dream Code, I got the award for the Best Bell Dancer in 2010. And from there, I kept on pushing. I think that the vision was clear now, everything was clear. And then I started teaching more, I started traveling more. And around 2013 or 2012, I quit because it was not really paying, it was really tiring, and I didn't understand the industry that much to be able to protect myself from whatever that was what was going on. Then I decided to stop around that time. Then 2014 or 2015, I came back again. Yes, then I started doing dance in around 2016. That's when I started working also with Jibilika. That's when I also started my own photography, Neo Vista Creative Expression Studio. Then I started doing photography. I started doing videos. That's how I got myself involved with photography, because during that time when I was not dancing, I was actually also learning something else. Then during that time also, it was time for me to step up my game. And we went to SA. I went back to the crew I was dancing with Zine and them, and we went to SA Battle of the not Battle of the Year, it was Africa Hip Hop in Daba, and I also took part in the solos. We also won the competition as a crew, and I started pushing my career. But it was really hard to find where to stand myself in the industry, because one thing that I've realized about our industry, people in our industry, they don't really value what we do. They don't have respect for what we do. Giving you, for example, real talent is not real promoted, not by promoters, but by the people that are handling this. I'll give you an example right now. There were some hip-hop awards that were happening in Zimbabwe, and one of the elements of hip-hop is b-boy. Breaking is one of the elements of hip hop, and they were giving up awards. They can't even give an award to one of the major elements. And you've got a lot of crappy dancers. I mean, I respect all the dancers. You don't understand what they are dancing. They're just making videos and
and they get awards.
People, they really make noise about these people. They don't even travel outside to compete. Then I didn't want an award for myself, but I messaged the person. Then I say, take a look at Kid Tribe. You know what I'm saying? This youngster is the future of b-boy in this country. A big shout out to a lot of b-boys that are doing things. B-boy Omatic, and all of them. But I said, take a look at these youngsters, because back in our time when Jibilika gave us the spotlight, that's when a lot of B-boys were birthed. That's when you started seeing, if you ask Bboy Billard, he told you that he saw Christyles on TV because they'd given us a platform when we had the energy to do the right thing, and they were inspired. Now, what do you want the next generation to be inspired with? So, I mean, we had these fights during our time, but the problem wasn't the platform. The platform was there, but we only couldn't make money. That's why we are working now, trying to balance everything. But now they are youngsters. They are getting paid. Not that well, but they are getting paid. But give them the spotlight. You have to give these.
What would you consider as the biggest challenge that you have faced, or that the industry is facing over the past 15 or so years that you've been involved in dance? Looking at the Zimbabwean situation, what could be that? Is it promoters? Is it the dancers? Is it investment? Because you were dancing, you're still dancing, but you're also organizing. So you've seen like both sides. What would you say could be the biggest challenge?
I think the problem is coming from all angles. Because when I start with the dancers here, they are stubborn. They don't want to learn. To tell you the truth, Plot, I respect the B-boys. Why I respect the B-boys? Not just because I'm a B-boy, but when you take the B-boys, you've got confidence to take them to any competition. But all of the other dancers in Zimbabwe, point one dancer who's still dancing in Zimbabwe that you can take and put him on an international platform and you say, I'm very confident in this dancer, he's going to win. If there's 2 or 5 of them, mention them, you can put them up on a comment. I'll tell you, there are people that are willing to even put the money. I don't know who they are, but when we traveled, there were people that were putting money for us to travel and compete. But you cannot find, you know what I'm saying? Then you see these dancers, when they get opportunities, they mess things up. So no one believing in dance, because these dancers, they're full of energy, but their energy, they don't have foundation. They don't know what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? So starting with the dancers, that's the same problem. Dancers, they don't want to learn foundation. They don't want to grow. They are just comfortable with whatever that they are doing because they are getting likes. And these are big up from people that know them, that connect with them personally, but they don't know the culture. And they're getting the awards that they don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest problems, is the dancers. Then second, it's promoters.
Yes.
Promoters, they are not also investing in getting the people from out, back if you remember, Plot, last one came to Zimbabwe. That's when we learned about a lot of things. Pokemon Crew came to Zimbabwe. We have learned a lot of things. I've learned myself. I mean, as a B-boy, I've also learned a lot from that. So you see, if people, they want to invest in dance, they shouldn't just take people that they like, that dress the way they like, or talk the way they like, or that look. They have to do the right thing, because I don't understand what they are promoting, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good dancers here in Zimbabwe, but the promoters, sometimes they're biased. You don't understand what they want to do. Like I mentioned, one thing that I liked about the past competitions, when they did the Undisputed, the dance competition, they had respect for the culture, though they didn't have money. When they did the Harare Hip Hop Night, it was very good. When they did the Jibilika Dance Festival, one thing I respect about that, they respected the art, because they could put categories and they could put judges that could judge each thing. Now you have these folks creating competitions and creating events that they are just throwing people as dancers. No, not to this, but one of the biggest dance competition in our country, it doesn't even categorize things. So you've got guys like back in the days, we'd fight with the flip-floppers, where they will come and start doing gymnastics, pyramid, and everything like that. That does not fall with what we're doing. I mean, they struggled to fit in the scene, because they couldn't listen. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But now when you look at it now, you've got dancers that are just doing this. I have to do with the actions. They've got this energy on the video, but when you ask them, is this rocking? Is this hip hop? What's this afro? You know what I'm saying? You can't even fit it anyway. But people here, they're saying you are dancing. Tell them the truth, bro. Tell them these people. So the promoters, they have to understand what they are promoting. That's one of the major issues, because they are gonna not just disappoint themselves, they are gonna embarrass our country. You know what I'm saying? Because when people look at this, they looking at it from this. Then the third thing I want to talk about is opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
But what happened?
The other problem.
Let me take you back a bit, right? I'm just going to play a snippet and remind you of the standard that had been set, the progress that was happening with regard to dance, you know, and
You know.
so if we're looking at this, the standard was quite high. This was 2009, right? The
Yes,
standard
yes,
was
yes,
quite high. The momentum was high, and you guys, you took this to the African Championships, you know. And
yes.
now you've talked about some of all of these challenges. What can be done right now to just improve and bring back this kind of vibe?
You know what, man? I want to be honest with you. You know, we really need to promote the right thing, and you really need to be honest, because like like what I was saying, when you look at the people that are dancing on this stage, there's Mitch and Fari. These are B-boys from Bboy. It was the two of them. I
Yes.
was the only one from Inmates. Then there was the flip-floppers, and there was what it took to make this crew. It was a sacrifice. We had to sacrifice some homes to say, go and yes, and we need this standard. You know what I'm saying? So when you give people platforms, will you please give the right people the opportunity? Because that's the biggest problem. You keep on giving whack dancers the platform. It doesn't make sense.
Is it YouTube? What's killing the dance? Is it YouTube? People trying to put like
What's killing the dance is because the other problem is it's not YouTube. YouTube will actually make people promote, like improve. But the biggest problem is not just YouTube. The biggest problem is opportunities. Because when you give the right person the opportunity, there are people that are willing to teach the right thing. Right now, the teachers that are even teaching dance in Zimbabwe, they're not even qualified to teach. That's one of the problems. Kids, they are being taught by people who doesn't even know what they're doing, brother. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we have people? I mean, the ministry now has to look into these, because now we have given an opportunity where we can actually allow dance to get into the schools and the ministry, the whole thing. But
now
before
it's
they
at the
even give
Olympics.
someone,
Break dance is at the Olympics as well.
you know what I'm saying? Before we even give these people a platform, but at least take a look at their background. When you have a meeting with the dancers, or maybe or whatever with the dancers, one thing that you have to do, you don't have to take sides. You have to do the right thing, because the problem is, the moment you allow this to happen, there's a big challenge. I mean, there's a huge challenge. Now our media has to know what to focus with, because I know the media people here in our country, they are not that educated in entertainment business, like the hip hop culture, like where you go in America, when you've got like a hip hop journalist, when you go to different countries, you've got people that will actually tell you things. I even explained a term to a journalist, Bboy, they write basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it has taken time for our people to accept what we do because of the knowledge. These dancers that they are given platforms, they know nothing. And these promoters, they just want to make money. They just want to be, I mean, if you look at the music videos, I mean, I respect musicians that have got dancers in their videos, but when you look the quality of dance that is being done on a music video, man, it's sad. They should just put them as models, dress them nice, and just make them look good. Don't make them dance. They are embarrassing us. Why? It's because the artist doesn't even search about these dances. They don't even have time to say, you know, when Beyonce called for the twins to be on her video, she knows, man.
Yes.
She knows. When Madonna got dances, man, you had Michael Jackson, even as Wesley Snipes as one of his dancers, Chris Tucker. You think those boys were faking it? They're not. They were doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So you see, so that's the other problem here. People, they are becoming big-headed because they've been on 5 videos, 10 videos, but what are they dancing? Man, the dancing is bad. So because there is a media company that also focuses with the culture, that when they give even people opportunity to be on a movie, to be on a dancer, or before they give them the platform, they don't even understand what they are doing. So these people, they just like, yeah, man, I feature on this, I feature on this, I feature on this, but you feature on that, but what you're doing doesn't really have that. You know, there are so many people that do need platforms.
Let's talk about those platforms now. Let's talk about that media platform. You just recently launched a new show, Streetlight. You know, and I watched the first episode, which I love so much. I think you're doing amazing work. You are not only talking about things that are not being done, that are not happening, but you're also making efforts to fix these things from a dance perspective, from a content perspective. What is Streetlight? What's the idea behind it?
So the idea behind Streetlight was this. We need true leaders as artists or as creatives. The moment I see you doing your thing, I respect and I follow it because I saw something that is good. So Streetlight is there to give an opportunity for those that are not being on the spotlight to showcase what they are doing. And it's also there as a guide for the young ones, because now they're only watching content from outside. So they also need to watch content from here. So I'm doing this for our people here, that they have somewhere where they can find where they can get all these creatives from dancing, MC, rappers, and everything like that. You know, there are a lot of good dancers. I know I've worked on a project with you before, but I remember if you remember the Positivity project that we did,
yes,
you call out some artists that I'd never heard of. I remember Mwenje was there, Matole, I remember Masa was there. But you know what that also inspired me is that at least don't just focus with what everyone is focusing with, because you also need to search for people that has been lacking opportunities. So that was one of the things.
I'm gonna play just a snippet of Positivity, and then we do 3 minutes, and then we end our conversation. But yeah.
When them try to take my motivation, I'll take a risky meditation. Even if it is for competition, only I know my life is my treasure.
You don't need no blesser. Walk up and you can do it better. Stay at school, work harder. Walk up and you can do it better.
Don't get yourself in on the things that will kill yourself. You better focus on the things that will build yourself. Life is short, ukatambi is alive. You might get another life.
Now yes, long yaga ben katazen. Iya mi pili bisi wele yestarate. Ibeng solo munto yeto son fagazen. Yeah. Sevule gila masanga.
Guys, simple sana guys, simple baya kuno testo. Hapana chino chikisa ena hapana chakaipa. Ziva pa omire washigon.
So yeah, to watch the rest of the video, you can actually go on YouTube. This is the video that Christyles was talking about, where artists that had never really got much of an opportunity, they got a chance. He worked, he produced much of the work. He produced all the dance and came out with the script for the video, and this was a brilliant project that spoke to young people about HIV. Christyles, you're doing photography. You're doing so many things now, right? And I was watching you on ZBC TV, right, just a day ago, and you're talking about modeling. Tell us a bit about this. Like, what else are you not doing? Maybe I should ask that.
Man, I love photography, man. It's one of the things that I wanted to do. And if you go on my page, 60% or 50% of the pictures there, I've done using it my own phone. You know what I'm saying? Photography is something that I want because images, they can tell a story. And, you know, just from seeing a lot of talent that we even have locally, I mean, I believe in the power of media also. So before, I used to do script writing. I wanted to be a movie director, and so because I couldn't afford the cameras that I wanted and produce the type of quality of things that I wanted, I decided to start with images. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm doing pictures, and it's not one of the things that I'm only doing. Like you said, I'm also working on my rap album. It should be coming out on my birthday. It's like an EP. It's something that I've also been wanting to do. You know what I'm saying? People, they say life begins at 40, but I think life begins when you realize your purpose, when you understand your when you understand who you are, when you know your reasons for living. That's when life begins. So for me, I think I've been suffocating a lot of talent inside me because I've been waiting. And I think time is now for me to do all of these things. So yeah, I'm getting into it. Before, I also did designing. I'll be having outfits coming out also. So watch out for a lot of these, man. You know what I'm saying?
And before we close off the interview, how did you overcome all the limitations that you've had to overcome? You grew up in the ghetto, and we know some of the things that you're doing now, they were not there. Like, you could not see somebody who was possibly doing maybe photography and stuff, but you overcome disability, you overcame any limitation. Now you're doing so many things. You are one of the most inspiring Zimbabweans that has been featured on CNN, on BBC, on so many other platforms. Your story has gone global. How did you overcome this before we close?
I think what I can say is it hasn't been easy, but you know, sometimes you have to be humble, and you also have to identify people that believe in you. You know what I'm saying? You know, my brother believed in me so much. I respect him for that. And you know, people from outside, you know, I respect people like Lisedi Mzwimbi. I respect people like Adonis Mronzi. I respect people like Plot Marco. I respect other people in organizations out there, to mention them, but there are a lot of them that are out there. These people, they saw something in me that I didn't really see. But I mean, it was not really easy also believing it, you know. And, you know, every time I had my own time speaking with them, different times. I remember I even came to you sharing with you not just my art, but also my personal life. You know what I'm saying? And for me to overcome this, you know, I had to be honest with these people that were around me. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes everyone got their own struggle, but you have to identify people that believe in you. And when you identify these people, I mean, you have to find a way to work with them. You have to really find a way of getting them to know you better, and also you knowing them better, because I believe there's not really anyone that can do it on their own. Like everything that I'm not doing right now, I'm not on my own. You know, everything. Even if you see the street light, if you see the Christyles dancing, even when you see my rap EP out, don't hate on it. But I got people that I believe because they also believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Because believing it's a very hard thing. I don't want to lie to you. Looking at our background, where we came from, We came from the hood where nobody else understood what we were trying to do, where other neighbors, their kids graduating from different universities and colleges. Then you get this boy who just came out from his wheelchair and is trying to be a b-boy. He's going to break his leg or something like that. Man, I had to walk to your house, remember, and you had to encourage us. I had to identify these people. So I know there are a lot of people, but there are people that believe in you. You also have to be open to those people, and they'll help you shape your dreams. You know what I'm saying? They'll help you make something. So I didn't make it on my own, but I mean, I had people around me that really, really believe in me, and I actually respect
apart from
that.
your brother,
I shout out to everybody who believe in me.
Great. Apart from your brother, you mentioned your brother there. Did the rest of your family give you support as well towards your dream?
What I can say about the rest of my family, once they see that this boy Soro, they had no choice, because before
you were stubborn.
They were so much scared. Because imagine, when I was born, I was given a wheelchair. Then they put a mental pin on my right knee. Then they say, if this boy keeps on walking, he's going to break his leg. He needs to walk with supporters and everything like that. So their protection, they were from the side of fear, But my brother was like, no, he's going to do this. So my brother pushed me, and the whole family had no choice but to just support it, you know what I'm saying? Because I told them I ain't stopping. No. There's no way I'm going to stop. I have to do this. I'm good.
Man, that is deep. Thank you so much. Where are you headed 5 years from now? Where do we see Blessing Fire? You've been to UK, you've been to France, you've been around Africa, you've done so many things, won competitions, represented the country, judged so many competitions, organized different events, promoted artists. Now you're dropping your EP, your first hip hop project. You're also involved in modeling. Where are you headed to 5 years from now? Where do we see Blessing Fire?
I think 5 years from now, I see the vision is getting big, because I'm going to focus with all the elements of hip hop. I'm going to focus with the urban culture. I'm not going to do everything myself, but what I see myself in is working with everybody that are doing these things. When I'm talking from MCs, I'm talking from dancers, I'm talking from designers, I'm talking from photography, filmmaking, graffiti, and everything like that. And our vision is street light. It's not just that you see us on TV, but 5 years from now, people, they should be able to visit, walk into street light looking for the best dancers, walking a street light looking for the best performers. So 5 years from now, you are actually going to see the finished product. I mean, by the grace of God, I believe, man, you are gonna be able to testify, to touch it, to see it, and be able to live the experience of the street light. Because we are not just gonna end on internet or online, but we are actually going to be in different places, and also be able to be the light to everyone that are in this kind of lifestyle. Because people, they need to know when they are talented, where should they take their talent to. And once they take it there, they need to understand also how can they make money doing what they love. And after they make money, they also need to know how to spend it. So they're going to make money with the street light, and they're going to spend it in the street light. So 5 years from now, we just will be big, man.
Wow, it's going to be big, and definitely it's going to be big. I'm just going to play 1 minute of street light, and then we come to the end of this conversation. But stay tuned. This is a project, this is a series that Christyles just started. It's a beautiful, beautiful program.
What it do? What's happening, everybody? It's your favorite show every day. And I'm your host today. Maybe for tomorrow again, I don't know. But it's H20. And we are here at Street Light. And I'm with your boy Christyles. What's happening, man?
Good, man. What's going on?
Yeah,
brother?
yeah. Let's get straight to the point. We're talking about Street Light, man.
Yeah.
What is Street Light?
Street Light, I can say, it's not just a TV show. It's not just a program. But how I want to explain it first is how this really started, what really inspired this, so you can get a full picture of what Street Light is. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Street Light was really inspired by the urban art. You know, the urban art is got big roots, or I mean, its roots it comes from the streets. You know,
Yes. Yes, you heard it. The street culture comes from the street, and Blessing Fire, aka Bboy Christyles, has got that program going on. Well done, congratulations, man! And I'm very much, humbled and honored because I worked with you, and we still work together. You took over the reins from where I left, and for me that means a lot because we all started. You saw the journey, you supported the journey when everything started in 2007. The first dancers to ever support GB Lika were inmates, and that includes your John Core, your Fungi Chana, your Adrian Zenasi, your Christyles,
Rocksteady, Leroy Moses,
Rocksteady, yes, and
Francis Fire Slayer.
yes, Francis Fire, Bboy Sly. Yes, and these were the guys that believed in the dream first. They didn't see anything. And Bezel, yes, they didn't see anything. They just saw a dream. They saw a vision and worked together to lay out the foundation. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, Christyles. I really appreciate the time. It was awesome. I wanted to talk about so many things, but I think when I sit around the program, we're talking about dance.
I'm gonna come again, man. I'm gonna come again, man.
Let's
I
do
got my
that.
ear on the ground, brother.
Great. So yeah, keep your ear on the ground. My name is Plot Marco, and the program has been Ear Ground. We've been talking about dance. We've been talking about the life of Blessing Fire Christyles. Is so many things. He's a dancer, choreographer, creative director, content creator. He runs modeling agents. He's doing so many things. He's done so many things.
He's working on a rap album.
Yes, he's working on a hip hop album. We're definitely gonna be looking for it. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody who's been watching. Jim Elder Makurubandi, thank you so much for watching. Where's Bama Kamaz Semovin, thank you so much. Twispa, thank you so much for watching. And Mr. James, thank you for watching. And it's been awesome. It's been great. The program has been Ear Ground, New Voices Amplified. I'm out.